A Johnston County deputy is out of a job tonight for firing his gun at an unarmed 15-year-old suspect. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens.
And I'm Deborah Morgan. In his termination letter, Sheriff Steve Bizzle called for a criminal investigation into the deputy's actions. WRAL's Chelsea Donovan shows us what else the sheriff had to say.
You utterly failed to comply with policies and training. Those words from Sheriff Steve Bizzle today in this termination letter about a deputy he said used excessive force. Your use of force was clearly excessive and dangerously wanton. Your conduct cannot be condoned in any manner. Sheriff Steve Bizzle did not mince words when describing Deputy Chris Aycock's actions stemming from a September 25th incident in which an internal review found Adcock fired shots against department policy in an attempt to catch a car thief. Adcock was involved in the pursuit of a juvenile driving a stolen car that hit his cruiser on Fellowship Church Road in Princeton. In the letter dismissing Adcock, Bizzle wrote, "When the pursuit ended and the suspect exited the vehicle and without any additional threat to your safety, you discharged your agency-issued firearm in an attempt to shoot an apparently unarmed person who was not attempting to use physical or deadly force to effect escape. After the initial incident, Adcock was placed on administrative leave." The letter also states that Adcock did not attempt to apprehend without the use of deadly force. Instead, you simply fired your gun from a seated position in your vehicle in the direction of the fleeing suspect. You likely could have struck the suspect or your fellow officer. It also reads, after the initial discharge of your firearm, you fired 4 additional shots at the fleeing suspect, who was not a threat to you and attempting to surrender. The sheriff says that Adcock now has 10 days to submit what he calls name-clearing materials for his review. Chelsea Donovan, WRAL News, Johnston County.
The DA in Johnston County has asked the SBI to consider whether Adcock should face criminal charges. The juvenile is in custody and will face charges. What those charges are have not been released.